G'day, this is Bruce. Welcome to my shop, What's in the Box number 2. This particular box is open. It does have some closed boxes in it, but basically this is a setup for both of my mills that carry similar tooling. However, not all is the same. The common denominator with the two of them is the ER40 units, and I have a set here that I've been added to over time. But I have a set here. I've drilled some hardwood blocks and put them in, and it has from 2mm through to 25mm, so it's basically from less than an eighth up to 1 inch. The small mill is an ISO 30 type holder, and the big mill is an ISO 40. Hence they both are not interchangeable. However, heads can be interchanged. So down here I have at the bottom is an array of centres for the tables, for the different rotating tables I have, and then there's some that's an ISO 30 unit for connecting. That's a standard inch. That's an 1.25 inch. Stub arbors for cutting saws, slitting saws, or milling items. Another one. This one's a Jacobs chuck mounter. There's another. This one here is an ISO 40 Jacobs chuck mounter. The ISO 30 two Morse connector, etc. And up here we have a large face mill. This one is angled, and it's very, very good for taking off large quantities of material, and also pretty good fine facing. Beside that is my facing, the small facing, well, not the small one, the big facing unit. This is a 6-inch one, which I use both of these in the big mill. A manual drawbar, the ISO 40. What's the name? Bar, which we can mount with the end here, fits into the right angle holder. Morse 2, Morse 3, Morse 4, all for the large mill. This is a Vertex automatic adjusting head, boring head. Small mill, face mill. Larger one. This one's also runs off the off either of the two machines, but now I have a second one, so I've got an ISO 30 and an ISO 40 of those two. I find them very, very good. Large arbor for this head. Boring head, 18mm, the larger style boring head units. I have more inside. That's a 45 degree, same as this large head, and that's very good for removing lots of material. Another stub arbor. It gets a fair bit of use, especially for cutting gears, etc. So that's on this side. Here we have some more. I'll just lift that up a bit. Here we have assortment of scrapers and taper cleaners, etc. All different shapes and sizes. In here, in different compartments, I have centre drills from number 0 up to number 5 and 6. With just a little assortment of plastic bags. Centre drill, I have one at the lathe and I have one here as well. These are very good, these indexable ones, I find them extremely good. There's the number 1s inside there. The ER40 collar nuts, we've got an assortment of those. A spotting drill. In here I have some of my collection of bull-nosed and bull-nosed cutters, 2 and 4 flute, carbide, high speed, etc. And even up to some quite large ones. This one needs a bit of TLC. These are ones I've picked up around the traps over time. We've got those. All the different spanners for the inserts, counterbores, a set of counterbores down here, other counterbores, special types of counterbores that have been made up over the years. In here, on this side, is the drawers, a set of drawers, and I won't show them, I'll show them at another time. That set of drawers has, the top drawer is 4 flute, 3 and 4 and 5 flute cutters, counterbores, countersinkers, etc. The middle one is 2 flute slot drills, and the bottom one has an assortment from slitting blades to small arbors for blades and so forth, up to large indexable countersinks and indexable boring bars. And then items that I've made so that I could extend boring bars to greater length, to greater depth. Small ones for the adjustable heads for fitting in here, and all the different indexes, T-slotters. There's a number of them there. Also angled cutters of different types, 45 degrees and 90 degrees. Down below, other arbors that fit on the angle connector for here, and a mini vise that I've made up with a plate that I actually use on my neighbour's very high speed drill. So that's then there's Allen keys over here. We have several boxes of involute cutters that I use for cutting gears. So this is a module number 1, there's a module number 2, and I have a couple of Imperial ones on the sides of this trolley. I'll move the camera around. Down the bottom there. Let's see if we can come in here a bit. On the sides down there are all the gears for the number 2 for the number 2 indexing head. There's all the different gears for that, and there's the different plates for the three of my my units on this side, going up to the biggest gears and so on. So this side is all or part of the tooling that for the indexing heads, and on the other side of the of this table mainly cutters, all different types and shapes of cutters that I have here as well. So it's quite a comprehensive selection, and it's very, very handy right here in the middle of both of the mills. So it's quite easy for me to utilise that, and it's also on wheels, and almost everything in my workshop apart from the machines are on wheels.